Alright, what's going on, guys? We're going to be looking at the Leopard today, and one thing I wanted to note is that I did actually sell this vehicle a little while ago, so I had to repurchase it. Um, I guess in my mind, I didn't really want to play much Tier 5 anymore, so I kept the A20 and the Covenanter as my favorite Tier 5 light tanks, and I kind of gave up on trying to 3-mark the Leopard. I don't know why. I really think it's just because I didn't like the tank. I felt like it was too fat and slow and stuff. So I just gave up on after 109 battles. I'm like, I don't know, man. I just keep getting into all these unlucky games. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and try and mark it again. I'm running turbo on it. I'm running the bounty optics, the one piece of bounty optics I have, and the low noise exhaust with the optical calibration to get me over 445, which is 448 view range, and then we are looking at about 35% concealment. What I did is I burned 2 crew books that I got from the battle pass, and also I bought 1 crew book, and that's getting me 80% on the snapshot and obviously the Sixth Sense. And then we have the smooth ride, concealment, situational awareness, concealment, and then concealment intuition. And I think this is an okay setup for now. One more thing I wanted to note in this video, guys, is if you want to be competitive in this game, like I said, I repurchased this vehicle and I probably just spent like, I want to say it was like $3 or $4 buying another, very small stack of gold to get 100% crew, right? On Tier 5, I don't think it's necessary. If you're going to have any Tier 6 or up vehicle, I'll say Tier 7 and up. Tier 6, it's still like you might be able to get away with 75% crew. Once you start getting up to these more competitive tiers, you really need 100% crew. And it costs somewhere around like $4 to have a 100% crew. And then it's 2 million coin to buy a crew book. But if you play this game enough, you get a lot of these things through the events that Wargaming does. So you'll get like a lot of crew books even without premium playing the battle pass, right? But yeah, I just want to note that, guys, like I call myself a free-to-play player, but I'm not 100% free-to-play. What I mean by that is I don't buy premium year-round, and I'm not a community contributor, so I don't receive like premium year-round. I think some of them do. When I say I'm free-to-play, I mean I basically consider World of Tanks like a subscription, even though I don't buy premium 24/7. I probably spend on average maybe $10 to $15 a month on this game, depending on how much I'm playing it. Usually after holiday ops, I'll take a big break for a few months and I won't spend any money on World of Tanks. But the truth of the matter is that if you want to be competitive in this game, you almost have to treat World of Tanks like a subscription that you're paying for, and pay maybe $5, $10 a month to get some gold, to be able to 100% your crews, and to dismount like your equipment. Now they make you pay 10 gold for that, and yeah, just certain things like that, because it's not cheap. I would argue that I think they should just allow you to get a 100% crew with coin, because you need to spend so much anyway to get your crew up. I mean, it's 2 million coin if you're going to spend coin just to get a one crew skill, 1.5 crew skill, basically, right? So I should say a 1.5 skilled crew. I think that's what I meant to say. But you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, it's just annoying that you have to pay so much for this game, but that's how Wargaming makes their money. And though I never like to give them money, I think I just wanted to note that if you're going to be competitive in this game, guys, you're going to have to spend, a few bucks at least here and there. All right, let's get into the games with the Leopard, and we'll probably do like 4 games, I think, guys. And yeah, we talked about the setup, and let's go. So I stuck just a regular camo on this vehicle. I don't even know what the heck it's called, but let's see what we can do. This is a Tier 6-5 game, and we're going to be on Westfield. This is one of my favorite maps, so let's see if we can kind of make it work here. Let's put that right there. Once my W8 goes up a little bit, it kicks this over a little bit, so I like it to be like even. I got like an OCD issue, guys, really. But let's go to the bush that SteelGuts has told me about. I love this bush, man. I mean, he found this. I don't ever see anybody else use this bush. And yeah, I placed turbo on this vehicle specifically because this thing is freaking slow, man. I'll be honest with you guys, I usually can't play a light tank very well if it goes under 60 kilometers an hour, in my opinion. This thing does, I think, a little over 60 with the turbo. And because the tank is so fat, I feel like running low noise exhaust is also a must on this vehicle. But I don't know if I mentioned it as well, guys, but if you're going to play anything over, going back to like talking about paying for World of Tanks, basically paying wargaming. In this game, if you want to be competitive, you really, like I said, you have to pay. But I would say that's not necessarily the case at Tier 5. I want to emphasize that. Tier 6, you can kind of get away with it. I feel like at Tier 7 and up, maybe this guy might spot me here. Nope, we're good. Maybe at Tier 7 and up, but definitely Tier 8 and up, you need to have 100% crew on all your vehicles. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. But I feel like it's a must, guys, to buy 100% crew. And I know a lot of people like to be free to play, but if you're going to be competitive, that's just the case. You can't be running around with a 75% crew when everyone else is running around with like a 2-skilled crew, right? So we have to watch this ELC. I feel like he's about to come up. We don't have a lot of support here. I might go back anyway. But let's see what happens here. So yeah, this is one of the best bushes I've found on Westfield. It's one that SteelGuts has told me about. You come all the way up to, come up the road here, and then this first bush basically off the road once you get up pretty much all the way. And from here, you could spot like everything over here, but you'll also you see how we lit the T67 up here? This is a really great spot, man. And you have so much foliage right here that even if like the ELC ran this way, there's no way he would spot me, right? So we have the ELC spotted right now. I can start taking shots, but I'm not going to do that, guys. I feel like I don't want to be lit in this area because you're very open. It's likely that I won't be spotted. There is a T-3485M, though. They have good view range, so you just kind of have to know what you're up against. But we're going to hang out for now. The Jackson unfortunately got spotted. He's probably going to die. He does. And yeah, this is going to become an issue because we have all these guys spotted, but eventually they're probably going to press up. We're just going to hope the Matilda can use his DPM to give us some good spotting damage. It's unfortunate, already missed. And yeah, I'm honestly comfortable here, guys. It really is just, at this point, I think we're going to wait until we get spotted just about. Because I feel very important here right now. And as long as I feel like I'm doing something, I'm not going to pull away from a bush. Right, that guy just lost a lot of HP, man, from jumping. All right, we're going to start taking shots at these guys because I might be able to stay unlit now. Okay, he moved. Cavalier. And yeah, you just have to be able to determine, guys, like when you're going to be spotted and when you're not going to be spotted. And I think at this point, like we're in the clear here to start taking shots. So Cavalier's dead. VK looks like he's behind the hill, the bridge. It looks like. So we're at almost 1,000 combined as it is. Skoda's pushing. I don't think this is a great idea. There's still a lot of stuff going on over here. I'm not going to push that with him. Matilda is way too slow to back him up. I don't know why he would push in like that. I just don't think that was very wise. We're going to still hold this. I'm not sure where the ELC has gone. So if these guys push past right here, we will respot them again, likely. Unfortunately, there's no CVS at Tier 5. Some of these people have a lot of games, man. 81,000, 89,000 games. That's a lot. So, yeah, I don't think this is going to be a win, guys. I know the HP is fairly close, but I'm just not really liking the way we're spread out here. Our deployment, I'll say. T-67's right here. I'm going to kind of wiggle myself in this bush a little bit. Try and get a little more concealment. And this thing is just fat. Like, you see how fat this thing is, man? That's why I'm not really a big fan of how you passive scout with this vehicle, because a lot of times you'll get lit in places you don't think you will, because it's just so huge and it sticks out. So we're kind of bringing this back, actually. And I just don't want to be aggressive in this situation, guys. Like, if I was in maybe the AMX ELC, you could get away with it. But this tank is so big, it's kind of hard to, like, run away. It's not that fast, and it's fat, so. And we're still getting some spotting damage on the VK, so. Yeah, we haven't even moved from this area, guys. This might be one of the longest times that I've spent sitting in this bush on Westfield. You know, usually by 12 minutes, I'm sorry, 3 minutes into the game, by 12 minutes left, I'm moving, maybe 11 minutes. We're at 8-something minutes, and I still feel like we're doing something here. So I'm going to wait for this VK. Jackson has moved up a little bit. I think we might be able to get away with doing something like this, because ELC is kind of going all over the place. Let's see if I can just, like, whip in here. There's the T-34. Spotted. No. That was danger close, guys. Danger close. But if you use the foliage correctly, so now we should have a little bit better of an angle on this guy. I still don't have the shot, though. Does Jackson have a shot on this guy? We're going to come up to the bridge, I think. I don't think the VK will spot me from here. Let's see. Thanks, bro. Okay. I'm going to get the spotting damage on that, but that's alright. ELC is going for Artie. Yeah, I don't have the mobility to get back there. Red Panther's over here. I don't think he was initially lit on the map, was he, guys? If he was, I didn't see it. But let's go after the ELC. What's his HP? 84 now. Okay. This should be 2 shots. I'm just gonna run right after this guy. There he is. I might still be unlit from here. Yeah, if that's the case, I can kind of play around with this guy. Let's see. All right, he's going here. Let's go like this. Ah, he spotted me through here. That's all right. Okay. Let's come back this way. And you see how fat this thing is, guys? And like how slow it turns? This is why I don't like it. And the engine, man. Like, just like that, man. Because, and ammo rack. You see what I mean with this vehicle, guys? It's like every time you get hit in it, the engine, and you repair the track, and then your engine is toast. And like, if we were in any other vehicle, likely we could have gotten away from the situation, and we would have been fine. But this is the problem I have with this tank, is like, it just, I feel like it's so fat, and it's so fragile, that it just, in a lot of games, it doesn't seem to work for me. But in any case, we were able to eliminate the ELC, and it looks like the rest of the team kind of just died out there as these guys pushed in. But we did, what, is this 1,300 combined or so? And yeah, guys, did you see, like, this is the example I have. Like, literally, we got hit once, the track died, the engine died, and then we got racked, like, the second or third time these guys hit me. I was kind of dumb, I don't know how I did that. But yeah, man, this is the gripes I have with this vehicle. Like any other vehicle, if we were in the A20, even the Competitor, I probably would have gotten out of this situation. And it's unfortunate. And the repair time, oh my gosh, the repair time on the engine, man. I think I now remember why I was running a large repair kit on this vehicle. So we're going to switch that, and we did decent this game, though. I mean, this was like 1,600 combined or something. It's not bad, guys, at all. Unfortunately, they were just a better team. So let's switch this out for large repair kit. I'll resupply that, and we'll get into another game. So it was my birthday yesterday, and I think either my cousins or aunt and uncle or my parents sent me a card. Maybe it's even for my grandparents. I'm not sure, or my grandfather. But that's my roommate sliding the card under my door. So I got a few more games in me, guys. I do have to go to work shortly. It's 1:15. I, start work at 3, so I have to get ready fairly soon. But we're gonna try and play at least 2 more games. I think I have 3 more in me. I think we have time for that. It depends on how long the games are, and also, honestly, how long the matchmaking is taking. Not a lot of people on at this time, but we'll probably get 3 games in then. Since this game was fairly long, and also because of the time it's getting to get into a match, over a minute. But this is usually the case in Tier 5s. It's something you have to expect. Like, once you get into Tier 6 and up, usually the matchmaking doesn't take as long. But alright, so yeah, man, Sand River is just it's really just a bad map for light tanks, man. I'm not really sure what I want to do on this map. I think what we'll do is probably just take the K line like I usually do, because really on this map from this spawn, I can't think of many other places to go. Like, Sand River is just a really crappy map, man. It's too open, in my opinion, for light tanks. Like, open maps are good when you have bushes, but on this map, it's like, yeah, you got like little bushes in here, but when you get to the good sections of the map, like, look at this, there's no foliage, right? Like, there's just nowhere to hide. It's more of like a hold down kind of thing that you have to pull off here, and that just doesn't work in a vehicle like this at all. So yeah, I'm gonna run on the ridgeline like this, spot the ELC initially. This guy's probably gonna sit right here. I don't think he's 100% safe here, so I'm actually okay with him coming up here. Because eventually people will get over here, and like, you're not really safe here anymore. Okay, this guy's literally going to come right at me. That's interesting. People play very strange at Tier 5, man. Like, this guy literally just sacrificed all of his HP for one shot on me with his, big gun. Alright, so usually what I would do at this point is try and see what's going on over here, but it's just not working too well because the ELC has spotted us and he's gotten one shot into us, and I want to be very careful about how I kind of approach this. Okay, T-14 is here. This guy's going to end up coming right here, and he's going to get shots on us, watch. I guarantee it. I'm going to start running away from here at this point. Yeah, look at this. Like, look at this, man. I'm gonna use him as a shield. Okay. That's all we can do in this game. 412 damage, 147 assists. Kind of an odd game, guys. We just don't really have the support, I guess, here. We're still getting a little spotting damage, though. So 412, 216. And I think from here, we'll just go ahead, we'll play another battle in, say, like the A20. And then maybe we'll come back to the Leopard, depending on how long that game is. And these are the kinds of games that I would get into with this vehicle. Do you see what I mean? It's just, for whatever reason, with this vehicle, like, just the weirdest of circumstances will happen to me. And, that happens sometimes, but it just so happens that whenever I'm in the Leopard, those things happen. Usually when I'm in the A20 or Competitor, I have better games. But it might just be because the tank is different too, more mobility, it's a little thinner, maybe I don't get spotted when I would get spotted in the Leopard. So yeah, I mean, it's really just a matter of circumstances. And I tell you guys this all the time. This game, your score is so dependent on matchmaking and like what people are going to do. Like this ELC literally poked up. He poked up to get one shot on me and lost all his HP pretty much. And it's just weird for someone to do that. Like you would not see that usually at tier 8, tier 7 even. These things just don't happen. So, you know, you can only prepare so much is what I'm saying for these particular things. And yeah, I think we did the best holding that line. I mean, I was able to wiggle out. We got some damage on the T14, and this is all you can do, guys, right? So, I mean, I think rounding up, we did like 700 combined, and that was just in the first 2 minutes. So if you can imagine, if we got out of there, what we were capable of scoring that game could have been a lot better. And yeah, again, this is going to be based on how long it takes for us to get into games. I would really, really like to get a third game in the Leopard. But unfortunately, guys, the matchmaker is taking quite some time, and I don't skip ahead to the games. I don't take the time to edit my videos, so you know, it kind of increases the time of the video for me. But I feel like if YouTube didn't allow you to skip ahead, then I would edit my videos. But because you can skip ahead, I don't even bother, you know, and it's not like I'm a major community contributor. If I was, then I would take the time to edit my videos, but I don't get paid for doing any of this. And even if you get like 1,000 subs, it's like pennies, you know, so it's not like it would really matter to me either way. But once you get to like skill for LTU level of over 100,000 subscribers, then it's kind of like your job, right? So alright, another tier 6, tier 5 matchmaking. That seems to be the way it's going this morning. I think, like, sometimes you can get lucky and get into all 5 games and stuff, but for right now, it's mostly 6-5 matchmaking. We're going to come up here, guys, and pretty much I'm always loading APCRs in this vehicle because the standard pen just isn't quite enough. Let's see if we can get some shots on the T-34. Where are all these people going? Man, I have like no support here. Oh man, this is what happens at tier 5, guys. It's just like, you have to kind of expect the unexpected at tier 5, because weird things happen. And not to insult people, but like, people don't know the game as well at this tier, so they'll just do like weird things, man. Like the play this T-34 made was really not too smart in my opinion. He's kind of making it work, I guess, but okay. So we eliminated him from the game, and yeah, you really have to expect the unexpected here, guys. Like, look at this MT-25. This is kind of an odd play as well, and yeah, he's really in the wide open here getting hit. Just interesting stuff, guys. Just interesting things, and we have 2 heavies. The mediums went to the city. The T-34 is over here, which is also kind of odd. And we have 2 heavies pushing this line, which usually it's mediums or like lights or like even TDs, but not heavies that are going to push this line. And yeah, this guy's going to get spotted. And I want to try and help him, but he's just way ahead of me here. Like I can only do so much safely, you know, so. We can get some shots on this guy, though. Trying to get this guy's track. Here we go. Alright, he's gone. And at this point, we have, what, T-67 LEF. That's really all we have back here, so let's push it. Why not? I'm feeling a ram on the T-67 if he appears in a good location. Not the LEF though. Okay. Waiting for a shot from the T-67. Where is this guy? There he is. Let's play some Ring Around the Rosie. Ram. Oh, I kind of hit the building. Oh well. Beautiful. And VK next. Let's load some APCRs. Nice. And there you go. These are the games I get into with the A20, where we do 1,026 damage and 500 spot. Like, it's just so easy for me to do damage in this vehicle. But this is the thing. Like, I feel like if I was in the Leopard, I could have had the same performance in this game. And that's the weird thing. Is like, it's just, I feel like it's always circumstances, guys. It's just very strange how in certain tanks, this is a mastery in this tank too. We'll just go ahead and apply that. And let's get one more game in this tank for you guys. So right now, over the last 2 games, we're averaging 539 damage, 574 assist damage. We're still over 5,000 WTR, which is good for me. Hopefully this game will be better than the other 2, an outlier, if we'll call it that. And yeah, we'll see what happens. But this is what I mean with this vehicle, guys. Is I'm not a fan of it. It's very big. It's very slow. Really, the accuracy is not that great either. And these are my gripes with the tank. But if the games were a lot better, I probably wouldn't dislike the tank so much. It's just like every time, man, I get into games with this vehicle. It's kind of like what used to happen to me in the LT432. I felt like I could play the LTTB. I could play even the LTG at tier 7. I could play other light tanks and I'd have great games. And then as soon as I would go into play the LT432, I would get like YOLO'd, or just weird things would happen. I would get racked. I would get lit on fire, which is very common in the LT432. That's why I use the modified config on it now. But alright, so this is a tier 5 game. I think what we'll do here is probably go to the center. This is one of those maps, and I didn't really explain this with this vehicle. This is one of those maps where the 3 centimeter would pay off really well, because the way you would play it is you would basically do what's called peekaboo, and you would sit at a building. Whoops! You would sit at a building like around this area, and you would poke out, you know, shoot your machine gun, and then pull back to reload, and you would continue doing that. And this is where the 3 centimeter is very effective, and probably how certain people that are like really good at the game understand that, and they will play peekaboo with this vehicle with the 3 centimeter and get a lot more damage that way. I prefer to just be very consistent, and I'd rather have the 5 centimeter just because to me it feels just more consistent, right? Like especially if you're over 400 meters away, you can't hit anybody. Even at 300 meters, where you could still actually hit them technically, it's going to be rare, right? Like it's rare to hit someone with that machine gun, because it's so inaccurate. You shoot it and the whole gun is like, you know what I mean? The bloom goes like that. So okay, let's go shot. So I'm going to pull away. We got some shots at the cruiser here. I want to kind of reassess the situation. ELC is over here. That's interesting. So a lot of these guys are probably going to be coming down like the 1 line maybe, or something like that. Yeah, ELC is getting pummeled here. Okay, a few shots into him. Gonna T-34 target me from here? I guess he could, but is he is the question. A-20 is already behind us. Expect the unexpected, guys. Tier 5, I'm telling you, it's just never know what to expect. So at this point, I'm gonna go after the A-20 because I think, yeah, we should be able to clean him up with the M41's help here. Okay, they got him, and looks like Lux was coming around here, and they're fairly heavy on the one line as well. We sent a lot of people to the mid. I'm gonna come where the M8 is. That should give us good shots, but KV-1 should honestly be able to clean this guy up. I mean, he has the armor. Let's see. Yeah. Alright, we're going back to the mid then. Ooh, there's the Matilda. You spot me? I think we can get an angle on this Matilda safely. Just have to try and stay away from the M10. I might be able to do something like this. And this is just a lot of adjustment, guys. That's really all it is. Kind of stay behind the bushes like this. He did spot me anyway. Okay. And we're just watching like this stuff. Okay, so hopefully he targets the M8. And I'm going to pull out like this. Okay, 928 damage. Where else are we going? Watch the Lux real quick. Lux. Okay, he's dead. And next, I think we need to take care of the one line, so I'm going to pull an angle. I'm actually going to come like this. I'm going to go right here for the time being. And these guys will probably come up. P26 is at how much HP? 184. I think we'll go after the ELC then. There he is. He missed. Not sure what gun this guy has, but I'm going to come up like this and come around him. I don't want this guy to be able to run away and get back shots into the P26. Expecting this guy to be right here. Okay, he's got to still be over here. Feeling a ram on this guy. If he's still, there he is. I'm going for it, guys. Bam! Okay, he's dead. Track. And that should be the game. If they can clean up the Su-76 by themselves. Unless he went east, yeah. Let's go that way. Maybe we can pick up one more kill. He's probably here, if I had to guess. Like, that's where everyone goes. That's where I would be. I'll click on it, but I have no idea. So, yeah, that's where he is. What are we at on this video? 33 minutes. It's 1:34. Yeah, I really don't have the time, guys. I hope this was informative enough. Weird games. This is what you have to expect at Tier 5, though. I think this is a good example of kind of how to play this thing. Like, you really need to make adjustments on the fly a lot more at the lower tiers because there's so many strange things that happen here. At this tier, I mean. Not this map in particular, but at this tier that you just have to be looking at the map at all times. So hopefully that kind of gives you a good idea of sort of how to play this thing. You could try to use the 3cm on it, guys. Like the 3cm is good. I just don't like playing it with the 3cm. You can find tons of videos of people playing this with the 3cm, but if you look at the dispersion, the DPM of it overall, compared to this thing, like it's just, this is so much better in most situations. You can never hit anybody long range with this thing. One thing I'll note is that this gun is kind of like the Covenanter, because the Covenanter has that pom-pom gun, and it also has this only 400 meters of firing range. However, with the Covenanter, I feel like the burst damage is way more severe and quicker, right? Because you average 30 damage with each of these shells, and it's 12 shells, but the reload time on it is 17.5 seconds. If you look at the Covenanter, we'll look at the Covenanter real quick. Look at this gun. The DPM is 2,000 compared to like 1,100 or whatever it is. The time for complete loading is only 6 seconds. The aiming time, it looks like a little lower. The dispersion is a little lower, and this thing wrecks, like if you get in the right situations with it, right? So that's why I prefer, like, I'll run this gun on the Covenanter no problem, but that's because a lot of the other options are also garbage. But I feel like I can make it work way easier in the Covenanter, because you shoot and it's like 55 damage a shot, and it's just it's bang 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 bang, and you pull back. As with the Leopard, you got to sit there for an extra second, and you're shooting this like machine gun. But yeah, it really depends on the situations, guys. If you're getting into maps like that, then sometimes the machine gun will pay off. But I prefer, and if I were you, I would mark it with this gun on it. I've 2-marked it. I might try and play this vehicle and keep going up, but we're at 85.64% on the mark, and with a score of 684 damage and 465 assist, we're not going to get to the 3 mark with this vehicle. So if my games continue to be like this, unfortunately, I won't be able to get it. There's certainly things I could do to probably counter that and just be better, right? But you know, I've been able to easily mark a lot of these other tier 5s. So, but I think people really like the Leopard because of that 3 cm. So give the 3 cm a shot if you want. Like I said, it's not a bad gun choice. It's just very inconsistent. So that's it, guys. If you're going to play this vehicle, I would recommend setting it up like so. The turbo is fairly vital on this tank, and I would probably also run it with low noise exhaust, because the concealment, like, you want to have good concealment given how fat this thing is. So you kind of you need to aid the concealment so that you don't get spotted, because it's harder to run away in this thing. It doesn't have good speed, and it's huge. It's a big target. So I really would just run it like this. You can try and run vents on it. I think I ran vents on the looks, and I think this is also another reason why I sold the Leopard, is because I liked the looks. It was the same thing, but it was at a lower tier, and I run this with binocs actually. At this, I don't think you can run this with low noise exhaust. So you can actually. But I have 31.22% concealment, and at tier 4, I feel like people's view range is not nearly as good. So anyway, guys, I hope that gives you enough information on this vehicle. I'm averaging 760 damage with it over 112 battles, 54% win rate, which is kind of low. And good luck playing this vehicle. That's it. I will catch you guys for the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now, guys.